What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to another EP of the NFT Show. Send help. Fuck's sake. Well, I think.
You know, no one's going to be able to say that because nobody watches, they only listen.
I know. It's rough. No, that everyone this time that's listening now is going to watch on YouTube, aren't you? Please. Only the YouTube people can see that, so.
I just can tell we're a bit weary from the weekend's antics of Plant Love.
I'm never drinking again.
And why is that? Since you made such a big song and dance of me getting drunk a few weeks ago in Wales, why are you not drinking again?
Because I'm a fucking lunatic. I'm like a whirlwind, mate, just whirling around green rooms going, yeah, what's happening? Yeah, get a picture. Want to do a podcast?
The amount of people that you asked to do a podcast was
I
wild.
was near getting the camera phone out, and me and Will Atkinson were walking down the back of Planet Love going to do a podcast ourselves, for God's sake. He couldn't wait to get away from me.
I don't blame him. That's why I didn't see you for most of the day.
Yeah. Nightmare.
Trying to talk Baz from the Noise Controllers into come back and doing a UFC.
We're going to do a fake companion. Baz is like 100%, but didn't end up happening. What a guy, isn't he?
Oh, 100%. What a nice, down-to-earth fella.
I know. He's one of the best producers within hardstyle. Like.
But don't say that to him because he doesn't take compliments.
No, he is. He's such a sound guy. We have met him, lucky enough to meet him quite a few times, but every time he meets us, it's like his first time.
Yeah.
He never remembers us. He'll fucking not forget us this time.
He'll definitely forget you.
No way.
Nicole's his new best friend. Sharing child pictures and baby techniques and all. I walked up to him and he's like, "Oh, your Princess Ruby, she's so beautiful." I was like, "How do you know about Princess Ruby? What have I missed here?"
It was brilliant. But that's what it's all about. I know we were playing early and we shouldn't have been opening that gig, like. But yeah,
someone has to draw the short straw. I
know, but
it's been a long time and we've got a nice little day to sit and
that was the good thing. That was the good thing, mate. We got to sit and enjoy the day, and obviously appreciate being on. It was great fun.
Yep.
But the gates didn't open till later and all. Everything was pushed back. It was a nightmare, like.
But again, we're used to playing the graveyard shift at night time and you don't get to have a drink.
I know.
Now we see why, because you.
No, I'd never drink again. I never drink again. I said a year, I hadn't drank in a year. I did, the last time I drank was Planet Love, but then it was Belgium.
Yeah.
So it was, 6 months I hadn't drank, but I mean, I've drank twice in a year, and I'm like, fuck that, like. Do you know what I mean?
I'm still a bit tender today, like, I'm not going to lie.
Tell me about it.
Although not hungover, it's just more.
I was down at fucking B&Q pricing blue rope.
And a good, strong, sturdy supporting beam.
On a ladder that can kick away. Fucking rough. Nah,
but it was good. It was great to see Planet Love as Planet Love again.
That's the best setup they've ever had. The best setup.
Yeah.
It's in tent sizes, screens, like. Yeah. Obviously, back in 2010, there wasn't much screens knocking about, really, was there? Like.
But like you think about it, it was better because it's condensed. Like Shane's Castle, you had that big like mile hike to actually get to the site, and then whenever you were on site, it was huge. Like it was great being huge. Yeah. Because you could run about and have a field day, but at the same time, it was massive. Whereas there, everything was quite close together. There's no big dander. Not that we had to do it this year.
I know, dropped right off at the door.
But it was
shout out Rachel and Kirsty for sorting that one out.
Yes, thank you very much.
But now it's fucking I can only do that once a year, like.
But again, as we said, the all the ones out the back, it's different because we know we don't have to get up in the morning and get a flight or deal with airports. We live 5 minutes around the corner, so it's just like a little treat.
We treated ourselves.
Do you know it was an extra treat as well? See, whenever Sergi was like, "Come back to my house and we'll all have a drink and have a party," and me and Nicole said, No, it's all right, it's late, we're gonna go back. And then as soon as we got back to Sergi's house, he went to sleep and could not be woke up for love nor money.
I wanted to watch UFC and fuck's sake, I fell asleep. I must have went for a piss and then just jumped in the bed.
I don't know how you disappeared. I was wondering this earlier. It was like we were standing there. And 1 minute you were there, and then about 10 minutes later, it was like, "Where's Sergi?" And you went up, and you were in bed sleeping. Like, KO'd, proper, dead to the world.
I didn't, I woke up the next day, like.
I felt so bad because Heather was phoning us, being like, his blood sugars. Like, it's all right, find his phone. She couldn't find your phone. And then by
blood
the
sugar
time
was low. I woke up, she says, "Where's your phone? You lose your phone?" And I was like, "No, it's beside my bed."
I just sat there just to hit you. Just hit him a slap, you wake up. More like, what am I going to be able to do from over in Dunraven here?
Know.
We blow dart. But yeah.
Again, that's why I don't drink.
I did feel more bad for the fact that I fell asleep then.
Because we were playing so early, literally went over there, 11:30 or something, we're at the hotel, got brought into the gig, and then once I start drinking, you know yourself, mate, I end up drinking raw vodka and everything, for fuck's sake. Jack Hart.
Yes, Jack Hart.
Bad influence. Stay away from that man at all costs. Nah, no, he's one of my favourite people to run into at gigs.
It's not what you were saying on the way over here.
No, when I was hanging. But no, I had a great fun with Williams, but drinking raw vodka is no fun. But I didn't eat nothing.
Yeah, that's what my killer was
like. Not one
like.
fucking thing that I eat all day.
In fact, you forget.
Me and her ordered a McDonald's breakfast. It was the worst thing. As soon as we woke up, Just Eat or whatever.
Aye.
Yeah, it was the worst food I've ever had in my life.
Oh, man.
It was all, man, you must have had like 2 calls or something on it. It was all soggy and
right.
Fuck. Doesn't travel well, that sort of
we
shit.
promised that we were going to get a McDonald's breakfast, and then I woke up, Nicole woke up, I was sick, and then went back to sleep. And I thought I'd slept for maybe like an hour, but Nicole had been dead on and took my phone out of the room, so if it was buzzing or anything, it would leave me be. And so I had no way of knowing what the time was. So I woke up feeling so much better and shouted down. I was like, "I'm awake again and I'm feeling great." But then there was no response. And I was like, "Oh shit, have I done something really bad? Like, have I overstepped the mark or something?" So fucking went down the stairs. There was no Nicole, and I was like, "Oh, she's clearly just went to get the child, and I'm just speaking to myself on my own."
See with me, mate, I woke up and I was going, "Oh fuck, like what was I saying last night?" Because you know me, man, I'm a motor mouth. And then see, once I start seeing other stories about other folk, I was like, "How long I didn't do too bad?"
It's the fact that you jip me so much on the rare occurrence that I do get blocked, and yet find right out of the two of us when we're blocked. If we were both the same blocked as what you were, or that I've been on our bad stage, you're definitely the worst drunk.
Oh man, I'm not a dickhead or anything. I'm just a motor mouth.
Neither of us are dickheads, but you definitely would be more motor mouth than I am.
Oh, mate, I feel sorry for people. You have to deal with me.
Had to deal with you for 10 years.
Fuck's sake. But nah, it's really good. And cheers to everyone that got in to watch our set. It was actually, I was looking back at the videos Heather got. They're actually way better than I remembered. Like,
yeah.
And I wasn't drunk at that stage, like, but they were way better than my head was telling me.
Did Heather get any videos of us taking the piss at the start?
Aye.
Did you?
Yeah, we've got.
There'll be a few funny videos. Me and Sergi decided to make quite light of the situation of the gates being 20 minutes closed, and.
Aye. So whenever Dave was DJing, whenever I was DJing, he was down dancing with the security guards. And then whenever he was mixing, I was down dancing with security guards.
But you have to. That's it. At the end of the day, if you're first, you're first. Someone has to do it.
That's
it. There's no point throwing your toys out of the pram. You're there to do a job. You've been booked for that job, so
that's
at the end of the day, you go, you do it, and on to the next one.
You still get paid, you know.
Thank you for everybody that did show up, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you at the next one.
No, we're actually surprised about many people talking about this. Fucking yes.
Yeah, thanks.
Appreciate that. So keep listening.
Again, I think
watch it on YouTube.
I think you'll have discovered now we're very self-deprecating. So whenever we get wee comments and things with something actually doing well, we're like, oh, as we've said about people signing the music, they must know nothing. It's like, oh, fuck you.
They're just trying to be nice. But see, to tell you about a conversation you had 30 minutes into a podcast, you're like, you're paying attention.
I think you're not referring to clip.
Yeah, you're not being nice. You're actually listening to it. And you're like, fucking yes.
Yeah. So thanks, guys. It's nice.
I know. Hope you all had fun at Planet Love. Some states I sing, like me being one of them.
Although there's still the Escape was definitely a lot more states than Planet Love. You did yourself well, Belfast.
Yeah,
you did.
I agree.
I
had this argument with you that we're not actually that bad here. Do you agree now?
Nah, yeah. After Saturday, yeah, I would have expected it to be a lot more messy, but yeah. You did yourselves proud, guys. Did you see the thing that got put up on Facebook today? I'm not taking the piss, guys, but up the game here. The lost property stuff.
Oh, man.
They put up the card details and had censored out the card numbers, but you can still read the card numbers. Kind kind of need to give that a bit more of a heavier lean on whenever you're doing that with whatever marker it is.
No, they use the see-through one on Instagram. There's one where like, you can see through the thing. You need to do a straight like black or something.
That's what I mean. No.
Oh, who was that?
Someone
on Planet Loves.
Woke up the next day. Oh, I have to fucking do this. Let's be
But
honest.
I woke up yesterday
2 days
too.
after Planet Love, and we're like, oh, we have to do this podcast.
I woke up yesterday and I seen there was 63 phones found. 63 phones fucking lost.
They all probably came out of that upside down,
In fairness, right? I seen loads of people walking along and dropping their phone, and I was going, what the fuck is that?
Well, do you think of that big ride that put people upside down and then stopped them upside down and spun them around and then swung them? People are bound to have lost their phone. Like Gertie's missus would have lost her sunglasses if I hadn't shouted, here, tell her to take her sunglasses off.
That's right, she got on. Nicole got on too, didn't
her and Nicole, me and Gertie stood there like a bunch of wet rags going, no, we're not getting on that, are you mad?
See the Planet Love they've done in King's Hall?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the one before the last, whatever one, the Chains Castle. They've done the festival, the summer one, in the King's Hall. Me and Johnny and all, and Heather and that got on one of the spinny rides, and it just ruined the rest of the night for me. Because it was Friday and a Saturday back then. They done Q dance and something on the Friday, and then they done the like Good Grief and all on the Saturday. But yeah, it's good that it's back, and it's fucking not be drinking again. Like, I've got PTSD.
I'm gonna clip this now. Every time you say I'm not gonna drink, I'm gonna go clip, and that'll be the clip this week. Just
please, if you're a fan of Phase 2 or a fan of me, please, if you see me with a drink in my hand, punch me. Do what I do to techno heads.
I slapped somebody at Planet Love because he said techno. For a laugh, he came over and said, I love deep techno, but I'm now starting to listen to hardstyle. And I was like, what do you think? And deep techno. And then he sort of didn't know what the fuck to do. I was like, mate, go and listen to the podcast and understand. Anything for a bit of free promo?
Where's Yoji?
Falling off the stage? Poor guy.
I know.
Going out the front isn't for everybody.
What happens when you have long eyelashes and sunglasses on at night?
It's them sunglasses. Whenever it's dark and you've got sunglasses on, you definitely are a liability.
I tripped over the monitor like twice and escaped with sunglasses on.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really dark. Like,
I know you still have the screens and all behind you. Like his videos seem proper dark.
But
it all seems well. He didn't seem to get any mad injuries. He seems to have posted up that he's okay. So
did he continue the rest of his set?
I don't know.
Fuck, that's sort of fun, that, isn't it? Okay, like Yuji.
Yuji's good. I never forget whenever he came over and done T13. And he had
Pokemon Go.
Rachel and all running about outside looking for Mr. Mime.
Your missus or something like that?
Oh no, it was because Nicole, again being a school teacher, because she speaks slowly, that's how she wrote Baz in for fucking 2-hour chats. Like all these people can understand her because she's not like us trying to slow down. Apparently we're patronising when we go too slow now. That's what I get told off for. It's like, I'm trying to be nice. No, you're being a dick. There's no middle. You either talk too fast or you're being an asshole.
Well, Baz said that to me a couple of times. He goes, here, slow down.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, mate, no sweat.
Were you there?
What do you mean, mate? Oh, yeah, no sweat, mate. Unbelievable day.
Were you there when we taught him how to say, what about you? We had him running at the back going up to people going, hey, what about you?
My body might have been there, like.
But it was.
Fuck me.
But yeah, man, it
was good. The love stage being outside.
Yeah.
I was saying this to you coming up to it, wasn't it? Why don't they have one of the stages outside? Only in my head, I was going like they should do it like fucking Hardwell and David Guetta on an outside stage and then have a couple of wee. But I've done that with love stage. It was actually fucking really cool.
It was brilliant. We went and took a jaunt about whenever your phone turned off magically and we couldn't find you. Hung about for a bit and it was good vibes. I
didn't see Shugs, but I seen videos and it was fucking, it looked electric, like.
Oh, why?
Right the front there. But that was cool. I liked how they done that. But fuck them spinny raids, let me tell you.
I did enjoy them back in the day, but not now. I don't think my stomach could handle it now.
Nah. No, I'm alright sober, like I get on with the kids and that, but that I would.
Who's told you that?
I wouldn't get on. Not at a rave, mate. Not a chance would I get on.
No. At the end of the day, you're here for a fun day out. You want to ride. I'm here to work.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't go to your job drunk, sir, would you? Any job in the world you can't get fucking drunk.
I know.
It's good times.
Good times, all right. But I'm struggling, like I'm telling you, mate, I'm struggling after it.
Well, that's you're getting old as well, mate.
Well, this is it.
I'm just smart and pace myself. I had that whole one bottle of water all day.
I don't think I have water at all.
I don't even think I finished it, to be fair.
Couple of sips.
Aye.
So what's the questions you've got? You want to rival my questions?
I do. I think it'll be fun. We'll give people a choice of whether they want to go for my questions or your questions. Mine are a bit less music related and a bit more in depth, getting to know people. So
we should do one sex, drugs, rave. So your first sexual experience, first drug you ever took, first rave you ever attended.
See, that's
how people lose girlfriends.
That's what I mean. You can't be asking people that. So, right, there's 10 questions to rival your 10 questions.
Go ahead.
Right. So the first one is, what do people misunderstand about you the most?
They think I'm outgoing and fun. I'm not. I'm such a bore.
I can vouch for that. Yes.
I sit in here, write music, and I look after my kids and go fishing. That's all I do. I'm a boring cunt.
And let's be honest, only 2 of those things you actually do. You don't look after your kids.
So no, but people think I'm not. I'm a fucking mess with anxiety. Like, really am. Like,
that's a good answer. Mine is that people misconstrue my direct approach to things as being a cunt, and I don't mean it in that way. But
you're definitely a cunt.
My time is valuable to me because I do so much.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to pussyfoot about with stuff. If somebody asks me a question, I'll give you an honest answer and move on. I'm an adult. I'm not trying to bend noses out of shape, but people sometimes take that the wrong way and think that I'm a harsh bastard. Like there was a girl in my work. I'm really good friends with her now, but whenever I first started working in the team, I said, "Look, see, at the end of the day, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money." And that was it. That's my job.
You're sounding more and more like Andrew Tate every day, for fuck's sake.
No, but it was the point I was trying to get across. But she thought I was an arsehole for that. But see, once then we sat down, had a drink, and hashed it out. She's like, "All right, sweet. I actually understand where you're coming from now. You were just being to the point, and that was that." So yeah,
not bad.
How would your parents describe what you do?
I think they know pretty well what it's about. Like, I don't think they think it's. I think they think it's a job. Like,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They don't. I know a lot of parents would think it's just like, well, Pac-Man running about a room. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But obviously I was pretty close with my man all the time, and they always knew. They knew that there was a fucking. We used to take drugs and stuff back in the day, but it was never about that. It was about the love of the music.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't think they would think it's a bad thing, because I'm happy doing it. And again, we got back to the start. So the only reason I really get into music was because I was in the hospital all the time.
Oh, here we go. It's a bad moment.
But that's that. So in their minds, what I would think, they think it's changed me for the better. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So. Because before that, I was on the road to no town.
Aye, and it's now. Well, they could have seen you at Planet Love. I'm sure they wouldn't.
Fucking hell. No, my dad not seen me in worse states in Barcelona.
Oh well, yeah, okay, fair enough.
Fuck's sake, getting strapped to a bed like Hannibal Lecter.
Aye, there's certain things there's no real coming back from, like, is there?
Yeah.
I think, in the words of Big Jimmy, he would describe it as he goes about playing all that shitty music.
Right. They probably
that is it.
My mum would probably like it, because she and the decks were blasting in the house. They had no choice.
That was it. I remember during the summer I got the decks out whenever Nicole had her ma up, and she does not like dance music at all. She's like, "Oh, there's a few of those wee songs like I Have a Tone all going to." I was like, see, it's inside everyone. Right, so the next one then would be, if you could have a drink with any historical figure, who would you choose? I know it's cliche, like, but
General Patton, maybe, or Field Marshal Montgomery. I'm obsessed with the wars, and even the Ukraine-Russian war right now, absolutely balls deep in it. I don't know why, it's something that really tickles my fancy. So I would like to sit down.
Does it tickle your balls when you're deep in it? Does it?
Like Russia or Ukraine have just done a blitzkrieg on Russia. Like they've punched right through, so they have. So Russia's struggling right now. So I like that. I probably maybe Hitler too, not because of think, just to understand the man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But the war, definitely the war.
I get what you're saying there.
Yeah.
With the whole Hitler thing, it's like I don't really justify.
It's going to be clipped and.
I just want to sit and have a drink with Hitler. The
no,
NFT show this week.
Do you know what I mean? But that is what really interests me is the First World War and the Second World War.
It's not how can you commit these atrocities. It's how one, like I'm fascinated with cults and things like that. It's like how one singular person can sway so many other smart thinking individuals into thinking.
It's like that he hypnotized them.
Yeah, but it's just by being mad. But yeah. I get what you mean.
Yeah, so just to know what the person was like and not...
Just wanted to clear that up before anybody...
Not anyway, support in any way. But it would be someone from that thing, especially like, I mean, Field Marshal Montgomery, even Churchill, like they were balls deep in the war, like, and if it wasn't really for the British, like for Churchill and Montgomery going to North Africa and that, they're like, before the United States came in, they were the only ones that made the stand. And that's fascinating me. Well, they could have just been friends because Hitler really did like the UK.
Yeah,
he appreciated the British Empire, and obviously he wanted to do what the British Empire done. So like the fact that the British Empire and the Germans could have been friends, and Churchill and they were all like, nah, we're not doing this.
Yeah,
so, I mean, they made the stand, and obviously the thing that won the Second World War was really the Battle of Britain. With the Polish fighters on the RAF.
Yeah,
the Poles were the ones that, like, because Germany had overtaken Poland, obviously, and so did the Soviet Union. The Poles migrated to the UK, and all of them joined the RAF, so they could go and fucking bomb them.
That's mad.
I know. And then the Yanks come in and say, we saved the day. They just fuck. We won the Battle of Britain.
So is that who you're going to say, fuck this week? Fuck the Yanks?
Fuck the Yanks.
Is that us getting a wee free trip to America, is it?
Who would you like to sit down and have a drink with?
I would like to sit down with the guy who first thought it was okay to drink. I'm only joking. No, I'm only joking. Honestly, it would be Neil Armstrong. I would love like Einstein or someone like that, but Neil Armstrong for the pure fact.
Sure, fake. Do you not know your man Buzz Aldrin? You seen his videos?
Yeah.
He's basically saying, nah, it was what we staged at.
Right,
and he was on the moon, apparently.
Well, I know he went to the moon.
Mate, watch his videos, mate. Nah, he's doing big tours and all, saying it's load of fucking shit.
But do you know what I mean? There's people saying that the world's flat.
Well, that's it.
Well, before you interrupted me, yet a fucking game.
I know, but I had to fix that there. That you might be talking about fake shit.
Anyone who's been to space, because it's the one thing that I'll never get to achieve in my life. That
you will soon.
That I want to do. No, space travel's not. I don't want to be a fucking space tourist. Them fuckers went and actually explored space.
Yeah.
Like, whether you believe it or not, if people have went to space, I would like to sit and meet them because that is cool shit.
Yeah,
like,
I would love to look down.
I get so annoyed staring up at the stars because I've seen stuff. I'm not saying that I've seen aliens, but I've seen anomalies shooting through the sky. And I don't even ponder on it now because it used to wind me up for days going, you'll never know what that is. It could be a fucking bit of rock. It could have been a civilization that you'll never know. Stop beating yourself up about it because space is just fascinating as fuck to me, man.
I agree, mate. See, last year we drove to Benone Beach for the shooting stars. We heard like 130 mile or something at 10 o'clock at night. 2 kids in the car.
Did you not tell me they fell asleep?
No, Aisha fell asleep. Jax woke up when we got there. She was out for the count, but she's normally sleeping by 9. We didn't leave the house the fucking just after him. And mate, it was incredible, but it really was. And see where it is. Like, we were able to drive the car right on the beach, and there was no other cunt there.
Yeah.
Now, where we were meant to go, I think we went to a different place. We didn't go to the right place. But now, it might have been a mile this way or a mile that way, but it turned out way better. And we just lay on my bonnet, mate, and it was just like sparklers falling out of the sky. It
is. Like, whenever we went and played for Leon Clark's birthday in Carlo, I think that's the nicest sky that I've seen in my life because you were proper in the middle of nowhere. There was no street lights for about 50 mile. And I remember going back. Everyone went in, and I went up to the room. It's like, Nicole, I'm just going to go and sit in the garden here for 20 minutes. It's like, why? It's like, because that's awesome. And I just sat, I smoked a joint, and just went, wow, this is amazing. Like, nothing was even happening, but you were just, it was like, the more you looked, the more stars there was. And like, this is class.
When we do finally get to Australia, we can go out to the Outback.
Oh, mate, don't even tease me. That'll be amazing.
That's what we're doing when we're going to play gigs in Australia.
Yeah.
So.
Watch this space. So the next one then is, if you had to write a book tomorrow, what would you write it about?
The war.
Diabetes.
No, it would definitely be maybe even the Ukraine and Russia war right now. Because as I say, mate, I don't talk about it much. I'm balls deep, like I'm fascinated by all that, and I'm scared now too, because in Russia's military doctrine, it says that they're allowed to use technical nuclear weapons if they're in retreat. Mm-hmm. Ukraine is fucking them right up the arse here at the minute. So that is technically, according to their military doctrine, they could drop a nuke on
You're
Kyiv.
Getting very political on this show, mate. This is meant to be like a fun podcast for people to come and chill out and just listen. You're like, the world is going to end. We should all be fucking scared.
It's not even political, mate. It's more war. I've been fascinated about war since I was even reading back the fucking Henry VIII and all them headers and fucking Normandy and
all them beheaders as it might be.
Beheaders, like it fascinates me, like, and so that would be something probably that if I was to write a book, or diabetes, as you say.
I do have an idea for one, right? But it's not a book per se. It was a play, right? And I kind of have already wrote this a bit, right?
Right.
And I'm trying to convince...
Let's have a laugh.
Oh, no, this is brilliant, mate. And I'm going to just put like a copyright on this shit, because the only other person in the world who knows about this is Nicole. And you can't steal this, because once I tell you, you're like, that's fucking class. See, whenever she was in nurseries doing the kids' school plays,
yeah,
I was like, let me write it. But because they always done like fucking Charlie the Camel or fucking something or other, whatever it was, and it was they had to pay 15 quid for the rights to put this on for the year. I was like, let me write one for you. Ready? Star Wars themed Jesus. Right? So I mean, the song's like, there's no room at the inn. Mate, I had all this shit done for like wee silly songs you could do, and like, you could have the fucking wee baby being like Luke or something, and Darth Vader is haired coming to fucking get the virgin, but she would be like Padme. Do you know what I mean? He's like, you didn't actually die. He turned out to be the fucking bird incarnate. Do you know what I mean?
I'll finance that, mate.
But you know what I mean? Parents must get bored to the fucking back teeth of the same. Like, I haven't had to do any nativity plays yet, but Ruby's 4 this year. This is the first year of nativity I'm going to endure. And do you know what I mean? See if you rocked up and instead of like, these 3 wise men, you had 3 fucking Jedi having a sword fight on the stage, would that not be far more 100%. Fun?
I've done, Jack, well obviously with 2 years with COVID it didn't do it, but I've done, 4 Jaxes. Right. And it's the same every year. It's just he moves up and then now Aisha's in doing P. You know what I mean?
You've got to do it twice.
No, but it's been the same, like exactly the same from P1 with Jax. He's now in P6. Only he moves up till the next stage of the thing. So like, it's horrible. Like,
instead of like these people arriving on camels and all that, there you could have them in the big fucking AT-AT walkers coming through. Now, obviously, you don't, like, the costume design's a bit of fucking cardboard painted grey. We're not looking like fucking...
well, we're already doing
no
that.
Expense spared, but, like, I think that would be fun shit to go and watch a Christmas Star Wars nativity play.
We'll revolutionise the fucking nativity play.
That's what I said. If I write it, and but then you get screwed over by Disney.
Or we'll do it Kevin and Perry one.
Kevin and Perry Christmas theme. What if you brought frankincense and myrrh? Nah, a load of coke and
coke and cat.
Here you go, baby Jesus, get that in the
pimple getters.
Fuck this, take a really
jam
weird
sandwiches.
Can I have a jam sandwich, please, Mary?
Here, Mary, can I have a jam sandwich, please? This is when Jesus was all I want to do is do it.
Jesus.
Unbelievable.
Fuck, that's the one to do, man.
Oh man.
Holy fuck.
And just think of the soundtrack too. You get glue sticks going
in where?
In the watch it. Fucking brilliant.
Oh, that would be very good.
Right, what's the
but we'll copyright that idea as well.
No.
You can't steal that. Right. This one seems like a bit of a fucking mood killer now after what's just happened. What is the most important lesson you've learned over your career?
Not to take things personally.
Yeah.
I would say that. At the start, I always took things that happened personally, but now I know it's just business, mate.
I completely agree with you. Just, yeah, we at the start we take things far too thick, and now that we're quite chilled out and like, well, it is what it is. If it happens, whatever.
Yeah.
We know what goes on, and that's it. But you see other people getting shit personal, and it's like
getting the back heels up. You can try and advise people, but you have to learn that lesson yourself. But yeah, it's.
But as we said, once we started taking things less serious and personal, things started going a lot better for us.
Yeah, that's it. Well, and again, it's not good for the mind. It's not good while being creative, sitting thinking that someone's trying to fuck you for no reason, because they're not even thinking once about you. Yeah. It's just a business decision, and you're like, oh, why are we not doing this on this lineup, or why?
It eats away in your head.
It eats away in your head more.
Else's.
And then whenever you see that person, you have all this thing in your head. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say that. And then you see them, and they're nice as fuck, because it was never a personal decision. It was just like
business is business.
Business is business. You know what I mean?
And that's it. And yeah, that's another lesson. Yeah, we take that business is business.
Yeah. So fucking, we're businessmen now.
Yeah.
We've got a suit and a tie. We're going to buy a Bugatti.
I thought you were going to say we're going to buy a baguette. For what? For what? For breakfast? Which actually leads us...
I wish I had a fucking had a baguette Saturday.
Well, our next question is, if you had to eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Fillet steak, medium. That's it.
Just nothing else, just a steak?
Just give me a fillet steak, medium, done.
No pepper sauce, no chips, no nothing?
Nothing. Well, I give me chips, love an old chip and onion rings and that, but if we were just asking for one bit of food, that has to be.
Well, no, if you had to eat one meal for the rest of the time.
Aye. Chips, fillet steak, onion rings, and garlic bread.
Yeah, that's a good one. I would probably go steak.
Yeah.
Steak and chips.
I'm
quite happy as long as there's like a piece of meat and some sort of potato on the plate. It's kind of okay.
I'm there too, mate.
Yeah, but yeah, steak and chips.
I also love an old fry though. Fuck. Now I'm starting to doubt myself. Can't beat an old fry, like.
Aye, but if you weighed it out,
it's definitely nicer.
If someone said to you, would you rather have steak and chips or a greasy fry?
Before 12 o'clock, I pick a fry, like.
We're not a fucking restaurant where it's like, oh, we only serve this till 11:30.
Aye, what would your last meal be on death row?
Bring
her in and open her legs.
I actually thought about this one, right? An all-you-can-eat buffet, because your life sentence is then extended until the point where you can't eat, but you could eat yourself to death. Do you know what I mean? You've got to go out. You may as well just fucking eat.
I'm very impressed with that, actually.
I told you, man, I don't get paranoid. I just think of every eventuality for every fucking thing.
Fucking hell. So just, line the Big Macs up, line everything up, all you can eat. Let's go.
Like, you want to see someone fucking put food
You're
away?
like fat bastard out of fucking Austin Powers. Or,
Austin Powers.
Austin Powers.
Do you know what I mean? If someone
give me another fucking
someone's
sausage.
One of these things like, oh yeah, you fucking, like, if you had to do this for your life, which is like, you literally are eating for your life.
Yeah.
That's it. You just keep going. You know, the longer you keep eating, the less chance you have to die, and you could eat yourself to death, so therefore it's sweet.
See, I go to a restaurant, but I'm paying a couple £100 and all them wee fuckers in my family won't eat. I have to fucking eat for my life. Like, give me that.
No, I'm good. Like, Nicole and Ruby are bins. Ruby's like, are you a bin like me, mommy? They don't put on any weight. It's like some family fucking gene they have, but they eat more than I do, and it's scary sometimes. You're like, holy fuck, you've had like 5 meals today. Well done. Right. I didn't believe 11s was a thing for a long time. I thought this was just something that was made up to have like an after breakfast snack. Another cliche one. If you won 10 million quid tomorrow, what would you spend it on?
I'd pay my mortgage off first and then rent the house out. I wouldn't start buying people like houses and all right off the bat. I would probably start
renting them your house.
I would start investing first, and then you put it in one of them fucking 500 investment fund things. You could probably get 10% a year out of it. You could just live off that 10%, like. So I'll probably do something like that there. I wouldn't just go and blow it. I've blew plenty of money in the day.
Mr. fucking sensible here, Jesus. Oh, I would start a fucking 5-year
Mate, I
portfolio.
promise,
so
I promise you, but 10 million would not last long if you just go out and start going full tilt. Because you're going to stay in 5-star hotels. You're fucking. I mean, there's no chance of buying a yacht or anything like that. You know what I mean? It's not enough money.
No, see, I'm a dickhead. That's not what I would spend the money on. I've always said that if I fell into silly money, as me and Ralph like to call it, fuck you money, when you've got enough money where you can just literally go, fuck you, I'll do what I want. See, everyone who's like, oh, fuck, I would do that for £100. Like, well, there's £100, go. Do
Like, I would join you in that. Like, that's
at a
great
party,
idea.
like, oh, fuck. Like, would you jump out that window for 10 grand? Oh, fuck, I'd do anything for 10 grand. It's like, right, well, here you go, there's 10 grand. I want you to jump out that window. Amuse me, peasant.
He's proved my point. He's like Andrew Tate.
Fuck off. Do you not think that would just be funny though? Call people out in their bullshit. It's like, oh, I wouldn't fucking do that for £1 million. It's like, well, I've actually got £1 million in cold hard cash right here, right now.
But that's what I'm saying. 10 million. You can only do 10 of them.
But think of the fun you would have.
I know, but no, I want generational wealth. I want
right,
my kids to be happy.
It's okay.
I
just read your coattails. Your 10 million.
Give me 10. If anyone wants to fire 10 million over, I will more than triple it within a year.
Is that not what our Patreon cost is now? 10 million.
10 million. And what do you get? Well, we'll see. We'll see if you can suck Dave's dick for £1 million.
Fuck, you'd have to pay me first. Were you ever there the night that Ralph convinced somebody out the back of Club Honey that we cost 40 grand a book?
Aye.
That was funny as fuck. The guy was off his nut. I can't remember his name, which is probably better for everybody involved. But he came up and was quite rude and was like, how much do you get paid? Like, at the end of the day, what we get paid was what we get paid. I don't like talking about that outside of us. But Ralph, on the other hand, loves to wind people up and was just like, they get paid 40 grand. And the fella believed him, and the more he believed him, the more
he still
Ralph...
said about it anytime in the past, in the future, or sorry, from then. Like, I've seen him. Like, I'm like, oh, mate, I don't see the car.
It's like, he just fucking went for him. It's like, I get 10% and all. I drive him about. I do security, and this guy, do you? Fuck, you must be mental as well. Get about with these boys. Oh, fuck. Right, what's the next one then? Tell me about the 3 most influential people in your life and how they impacted you. There's a deep one for you.
So Big Keith, obviously, my dad. He's taught me just to be patient, really, and my dad is the most down to earth man you'll ever meet, but he's also the most laid back person, and like that's what I say. I'm quite lazy now, so I try not to get involved in conflicts or fucking fights unless I really have to. Like back in the day, I was a real weak cunt. But I'm trying to take a leaf out of Big Keith's book, and if I can't change it, I'm just stepping back. Yeah. My granda as well. My granda was he really pushed me on. Like I say, he was the one who bought me Dax for absolutely no reason. Like, so he pushed me on that regard, and then my pappy, who would be my other granda, I was meant to call him Papa, but I couldn't say Papa, so I called him Pappy, and that just stuck for
you were like Mexican. Right?
So that's what I called him. But that man taught me how to play the flute, the side drum, taught me how to swim, taught me to play football, done everything. He took us like every week. He would have took me swimming, and then he would have took me down to Carry Castle fishing. Like, unbelievable man. So, and then now he's got dementia though, and it's hard. Like he can't speak, and he don't know. Like, it's not good. Like,
I might not have had
but
that.
All 3 of the men in my life have been massive impacts, and I've been lucky that I had all of them. Do you know what I mean? I would be lost without all 3 of them. Like, so.
Oh, that was lovely.
I know.
Jesus, there's a fucking heart in there after all. Jesus,
got a tear.
I think I might have to wrap it up early here. Fucking sake.
Nah, no, the fucking 3 legends.
I would agree with you. My dad has given me a lot of advice. Some of it good, some of it not so good, but all of it relevant at the time.
Yeah.
My sister, more so in my later years, we did not get on at all whenever we were younger, and then I was a bad wee fucker. She stood by me when no one else would, got me out of a lot of sticky situations, and now yeah, we're quite inseparable.
Mm.
But she's always who I wanted to inspire to be. Like she met her partner when she was 16, has the family, has the kids, has the dog, has the house. Everything's it's just that's what I always wanted to aspire to
Family
have.
orientated,
So I always would say that was something I aim towards. And I would say the third would probably be either Mark Knopfler or Freddie Mercury. For just how to
Not gonna go there.
I don't know, but like at the end of the day, for how them men changed their scene, like I know you don't know a lot about Dire Straits, but they done a lot of stuff in the studio that had never been done before, like positioning of speakers and sort of room acoustics and
Yeah.
things like that. They tried things that had never been tried within their genre before, and the way that they'd done certain things with their instruments, and the fact that whenever they recorded songs, like for albums,
Yeah.
they were quite mellow and chill. But then whenever they went on stage to perform, it was like they remixed every fucking song to like a 10-minute version. So they just went fucking wild on stage.
Hammer and tongs.
And that was like, I take a lot of inspiration from that, as I'm sure you can obviously see whenever we get on stage. But that's, again, I've always said I'm not a DJ. I make music and I go out and perform the songs that we've made.
And Saturday proves it too. Like, it doesn't matter how many people there are, we're going to do exactly the same thing.
Oh yeah, that's it.
We were doing exactly the same thing we do in front of 10,000 people till 5 security guards.
Yeah. They had their video cameras out.
We were giving it fucking bickies.
We can't expect you to love it if you walk into an empty tent and we're sitting there like two fucking grumpy faced bastards. We love it, whether there's one person.
That's it. We were talking. I says, mate, we're just in the studio having the mix. Let's have a laugh here. And then the tent started filling up, and then it added to the energy. Do you know what I mean? And we were obviously by ourselves. We were talking away, and Dave was like, "Listen, you need whenever people come in. If we're just going to be standing here, we're going to be like." Fuck that.
Yeah.
Like our tent was, Heller has the videos, our tent was the only tent that had people in it. Now don't get me wrong, the other ones had people in them, but I mean, 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Our tent was maybe a couple of hundred by the time we finished the set, do you know what I mean? Everyone bombed straight in, do you know what I mean? So it was, I don't know how I would say, it was humbling.
Yeah. Gotta stay humble, mate. Stay humble. Right, next one then. We have 2 left. So, if you could go back and give your 18-year-old self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Get after it now. Whenever I was 18, I had the chance. I obviously was learning to make music and all, but I never focused on it as much as I should have. Like, I really didn't. I was so, like, I didn't work and all back then. I was in the hospital. I could have just sat there all day, but instead what I was doing was getting stoned and going to sleep in the middle of the day. I didn't focus on it the way I should have, and that's a big regret I have. I think about it all the time, because I'm like, I mean, you done all right things here and there by literally messing about. This was before even I met you, but it could have been so much better, so much quicker.
Yeah, if you just focused.
If I was just focused there and then, I regret that. I really do, especially not having to work day jobs and all. I was just fucking sitting in the flat, and as I say, I wasn't even I was sitting in the flat watching TV or going to sleep, waking it up at fucking 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Sleeping the day away.
Sleeping the day away, and then when it was up, Hal would be coming in from work, and then I wouldn't be going into the studio.
Your day starts later because everybody that's around you functions later. And
then I just wish I had to focus more when I was younger, like. But that's a grown up thing, isn't it? You learn that.
Well, but then that's what life lessons are, isn't it?
Yeah.
I would probably go back and tell myself to stop being so fucking sensitive, because again, I'm the only boy in my family. I was raised by wolves. I'm surrounded by women. I was a wee sensitive soul. Like going through school and all, I was very sensitive. And then there was a 6-month period of my life where I fucking disappeared and changed and came back, and I was not David anymore. I was Dave.
I was a man.
And it was something like that.
I was the same too, mate. See, whenever I used to get in, I used to get into loads of fights. But every time I was in a fight, like while I'm doing it, I was like fucking crying and all, mate. I would see if people had arguments with me, I would tear up and all.
Well,
and I used to think, but this is the thing, I used to think, because like I grew up around here, it was like a hard knock life, and I used to think that was wrong. But see now, mate, like see whenever my granddad and all died, and my granny died, not one tear left my face. But that's because I had that in my head back then of, no, you're not meant to be like that.
Yeah.
And it, like I was as sad as you'll ever get. But hell, I've been with her since I was, 16, 32 now, and she hasn't seen me cry once. That's not nice, like. It's not right.
I kind of get that. I would find myself, I don't know if this is because, again, I just have an issue with people in general, but I would find myself being more upset about something that's happened to an animal or something like that than if you've seen something bad happen to a person. Because you're somewhere inside, you're like, I bet you deserve that.
No, I 100%.
But that's, I suppose that's the tough thing. I would have been quite sensitive to a lot of things and say, it's just like, there's certain things that'll still wind me up, but I know I don't process that emotion properly. Yeah. It's just, I'll either fly off the handle or I'll not give a fuck about it. There's no, let's sit and rationally think about this until maybe 4 days later.
I always try and put myself into that person's shoes now. So like, say anything at all, whether it is, I try to look at the argument from their perspective. And I find that helps a lot, because then you're not really, when you put yourself in someone else's shoes, or why did they do this, or why did they say that, then you can rationalise the situation. But that helped me a lot. Where, see, flying off a handle, mate, I haven't flew off a handle in years, like.
Oh no, see, I'm quick to snap, but I feel like I have a building point, and whenever I do snap, it's a wee stupid thing. It's like it's the straw that's broke the camel's back. There's been loads of other shit that I've just kind of let sail,
and this is the one that's getting you.
Yeah.
See, I used to be like that. Like I would have fucking lit at her, but see, and
then until she started kicking your fucking, and then all
she started punching me. But no, I genuinely haven't flew off the handle, because I'm alright. I can sit and speak. If we're like, me and you never argue, because if something goes wrong, we'll sit down and we'll go, right, this is what was said, this is what happened, boom, 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 and that's the way you have to do it. But I find, honestly, see, whenever something happens, try and put yourself in that other person's shoes.
I think Billy Connolly said it the best. It's like, always walk a mile in another man's shoes, because then at the end of the day, who gives a fuck? You're a mile away and you've got a new pair of shoes.
Shout out Billy Connolly. Is he still living now, boy?
He is.
He has Parkinson's, doesn't he?
Does.
My granny had that there. It was fucking rough.
I just remember seeing that comment and going, do you know what? Yeah, that's fucking perfect.
That is.
So the last one that we have is, if you could be remembered for one thing, what would it be?
Being a good dad.
That was a fucking great answer. That was.
That's all I ever want. Like, see, whenever I was younger and I say I was in the hospital and all, like, in my head, this is before I started doing DJing and all, I was like, oh, I want to be a dad. That's all I wanted to be. Because in my head, back then, being silly and not growing up, I thought that's the only thing I could be good at, because I had no qualifications, no GCSEs, nothing. Yeah. I was fucking in hospital all the time. I was like, but I bet you I could be a good daddy. So that's all. Obviously, second, I would love to be a fucking...
See, you fuck me now, because no matter what I say, unless I say this, unless I go, I want to be a good dad too, I seem like a complete wanker. Like, there's no other answer that I can actually give here that doesn't make me seem like a cunt, other than I want to be a good dad.
I will say Dave is a great dad, so at the end of the day, you have to do something else.
But I have always, I'm like you, I've always said I wanted to have a family, but you know, we'd mapped it out. We're like, by 30, this will happen. You and Heather badgered us like fuck for years, and by 31 it happened. So
yeah, no, you're a fucking top dad, so don't worry about that.
You don't need to lie to people. It's all right. Ruby would beg to differ.
Music, me as well. Obviously, like I would love as well, obviously, to be remembered for what we're doing here, because we put so much time into it. But in the grand scheme of things, this isn't really important.
I've always said I would love to go to the South Pole and DJ in front of penguins. Not for penguins.
You have actually said
but just more than said it, mate. I've priced it out. That's why I can't fucking do it. There's more chance of me going to fucking space, to be fair. If not to go and DJ for penguins, because I know that's stupid as fuck, but I love penguins. But see, to be able to say that I've DJ'd on the most southern point in the world, and also while I was doing it, I got to see some penguins. That'd be pretty fucking cool. Do you know what I mean?
Does anyone want to book us down there?
It's only 27.5 grand to get to Peru.
No, we'll play for free if you book us. Pay for a trip.
No, that's from Peru to Antarctica, 27 grand.
That's
and
what
then
I'm saying. But
3.5 grand from here to Peru.
No, if they cover the cost, we'll play the gig for free. Like, if a penguins, get a tenner a head off a penguins. All right.
Charge them into their habitat. What's all that?
Your name's not there.
The World Wildlife Fund. What's all that fucking charity money go to? And like, I'll save the penguins. And fucking we go down and save the penguins.
Here, do you like doof music? No.
Penguins don't show up. They're like, that lineup was shit.
I like questions actually. It gets to know someone. It gets deep down into their soul.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I thought about this. You did have some random good questions, but it was all very musical based. And I think if we're going to have people on here from the music industry, it would be fun to get to know them. But again, as I say, now that the sets of questions are there, then it's whoever comes down, just be like, right, we'll give you a choice. Do you want his questions or my questions? And let the fucking cards fall where they may. And then you guys will either find out some more musical shit about people, or you'll find out some other mad shit about them. Who knows?
No, and obviously after Saturday, like, everyone's going to do the podcast.
No, I think you'll find that everyone nodded and agreed with you, so you would fuck off.
Probably, yeah. But that's up to you to hold them accountable now.
Yes.
So you need to get on all their fucking... I'm not even going to say names.
How are people going to be able to get on and say to people?
No, you just need to see your favourite artist. You just need to get on and say you should go on the Not Fazed Talkshow under their post. Just keep writing NFT Show, hashtag get them on the NFT Show, axe Ben Nicky.
And then they'll watch it and be like, nah, fuck them two clowns.
It's actually sobered me up doing that there.
Has it? Yeah. I'm ready for my bed.
No. Fuck's sake.
I'm lying. How long are we on?
Don't know.
We can't even go and fucking check that because you fucking
It's just over an hour.
Can you see that screen from here?
It says an hour and 12.
No way.
No, we'll wrap it up now anyway, mate.
I'll sight in that fucking screen.
I have my contact lenses in. But no, we'll wrap it up now anyway. Sure, that was a good... Fucking lucky we even did one. Didn't, but I can't even speak. But earlier on, because obviously we have a meeting tomorrow, and someone from the meeting was saying, I'll do the show, and I was thinking in my head, we'll just do the show tomorrow then, and then fucking night. But then I was like, nah, it's going to be a bad idea.
No, it's been good fun.
I know.
I'm enjoying these more, I must say. I feel like you've got me more out of Michelle.
No, you have. You've come out.
I've come out? No, I haven't gone that far yet. Hiya!
Sorry, Nicole.
Me and Andy Whitby, BFFs for life.
Fuck's sake. Nah, but no, I told you at the start, listen, mate, we'll just go and talk. Like, we don't plan nothing, we just sit down and have a fucking yarn.
Like most things in our lives.
Aye, fucking two idiots, like. But, I mean, people want to hear it. People, like, at the start, I was like, are we even that interesting?
I still don't think we're that interested.
Like, fucking two grandest.
But it doesn't matter. As long as you guys think we're interested and keep listening, then what the fuck do we know? We'll keep chatting shit as long as you just want to hear it. So, yeah.
But we need your help this time. We need you to get underneath. We need you to...
There's always some fucking plea from you.
No, just get under them and fucking tell them all to come on the show.
You should start working for Oxfam. For £3 a month. Like, do wee voiceovers and all for them. You're getting really good at these wee begging bits at the end. Instead of plugging shit on, instead of coming to our gig, please just go and beg for us, minions.
Oh, fuck, we'll be begging this week, I'll tell you.
Please don't take us seriously for what we said on Saturday, please.
The fear. Mate, I swear to God, I woke up and I was going through everything in my head, going, oh, for fuck's sake. And then my phone started dinging and I was like, he was in a worse situation than me. He was worse than me. I was like, I actually didn't do too bad.
I still have about 50 unread notifications on my phone. I just was far too hungover to be dealing with typing anything in my phone or like that. I was like, away.
I know, that's it. But usually, the only time I go on a Sunday is to post videos. Well, I couldn't even muster the strength to do that. I couldn't even muster the strength to airdrop him from her phone to mine.
I feel you, man. It was not a day for doing anything.
But yeah. Once a year.
Yeah, it's like Christmas.
Right, everyone, thanks very much for listening, and we'll catch you next week on the NFT show.
Yes, see you next week.
Peace.